Gamers and gentlefolk, hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm going to be your host, The Sound, and we are continuing on the replay train for week 5 of NGS. We're taking our time machine back to the 10th of September to take a look at Cream Team taking on Cats on My Keyboard in a best of 3 series. Important things to note about these teams. Cream Team actually brand new to NGS, not just as a squad, but in general, many of their players are playing in their rookie season, which is always exciting to have new blood entering the league, joining the community. On the other side of the battleground, however, Cats on My Keyboard are a storied squad of veterans, perhaps not storied, but they've got lots of experience under their belts, many of the players having more than 200 matches logged on the NGS website. So I'm sure everybody has plenty of experience in Heroes of the Storm. It is over 10 years old at this point, but as far as playing in NGS is concerned, Cats on My Keyboard certainly have the advantage there. Let's take a look at our battleground selection here to see where we're headed and where we're not for the series. We had bans on Sky Temple and Towers of Doom from the Cream Team, with Cats on My Keyboard getting rid of Braxis Holdout and Dragonshire. So we're headed to the only other 2-lane map in the pool, Battlefield of Eternity. It's a battleground that really emphasizes early game compositions as well as consistent vision control. So let's see how our D West squads fare. And we'll just get right into game number 1 here. And introducing our teams here on the left in blue, we've got Cream Team. Creamy Cowboy on Anduin, E Bagatron on Stitches, Mama's Meat on Gul'dan, Reuben Ripper on Thrall, and K Shizzle on Hanzo. To the right in red, Cats on My Keyboard, we've got the Lime Bus on Blaze, IT Cowboy on Li Ming, Ghost on Zul'jin, Apple on Oriel, and PJ Red playing Mei. We can take a look at our level 1 talents here. Recklessness for Zul'jin, still the go-to for many Zul'jin players, even though his baseline quest, You Want Axe, has been capped in the most recent patch. I believe that change was in the most recent patch. So, and we've got those vision tools I was talking about. K Shizzle has Sonic Arrow. IT Cowboy on the side of Cats on My Keyboard has spells for checking bushes at a safe range. PJ Red has to commit the Cryo Freeze. It's not going to be enough. E Bagatron secures first blood with the Stitches Slam. So Cats on My Keyboard are going to have to back up a little bit. Mama's Meat picking up another stack of Echoed Corruption at level 1. Ghost already up to 3 stacks on You Want Axe. At this rate, that is going to be a pretty early quest completion for them. Checking in on top lane, Lime dealing with Reuben Ripper here. The percent damage from Thrall definitely puts pressure on Blaze in the early game. Percent damage coming from the level 1 Rolling Thunder. Cats on My Keyboard pretty happy to do these more extended team fights. Brawling is good for their Zul'jin. Gives them stacks. K Shizzle only 2 stacks on Simple Geometry thus far. And it looks like E Bagatron has to head back to the Hall of Storms for a little bit more HP. K Shizzle eats the orb from IT Cowboy. We've got Creamy Cowboy and IT Cowboy. I am certainly going to call them both just Cowboy, so that we can all be as confused as I am on a daily basis. We're at 2:30 on the clock, and so Cats on My Keyboard are going to send Ghost back to start up this Bruiser camp. Mama's Meat on the other side does the same. We've got level 4 talents online now. Moral Compass and Power Word Shield. So both of them Divine Star talents on the Anduin. E-Bagatron picking up Playtime, so more slams more often. A bit of a surprise to see Mama's Meat opting for Consume Soul on BOE particularly, as so much of the fighting happens so far away from minion waves. K-Shizzle hasn't gotten too many stacks on Simple Geometry, but that does not necessarily reduce the race potential that Hanzo brings thanks to their level 4 serrated arrowheads. Serrated arrows, rather. Sharpened arrowed heads. It's a different talent. Nonetheless, Cats on My Keyboard in the lead. Hanzo still back applying pressure to the left-hand immortal, but Cats on My Keyboard are going to end up taking this with their 5-hero commitment. E-Bagatron steps up for a bite. And Lime finds Ruben Ripper here on the bot side. A double pull. Oh, an unfortunate combination of saves. E-Bagatron caught in the icing. Looks like they're going to escape before Ghost can finish them off. So we're 1-1 on takedowns. Cats on My Keyboard pretty far ahead on experience, however, thanks to a large minion experience lead. Just rounding the corner towards their level 7s. It's an early game objective, so Cats on My Keyboard only get through half the fort. What great follow-up from Creamy Cowboy. IT Cowboy gets the blink out, but Creamy Cowboy had the root follow-up for E-Bagatron's hook. Level 7s on both sides. Surprised to see Suppressive Fire from Blaze into the auto attack heavy Zul'jin. I am also just a massive believer of the auto attack slow in every scenario, so there's a fair bit of bias on that opinion. We've also got the first of the cooldown reduction talents for E-Bagatron's hook with Serrated Edge. Both percentage damage and a 4-second cooldown reduction. K-Shizzle's going to have a lot more opportunities to stack up Simple Geometry at level 1 thanks to their level 7 never outmatched. Connecting with the auto attacks gives them cooldown reduction on their scatter arrows. Mama's Meat similarly able to stack up their level 1 a little bit more quickly thanks to the Bound by Shadow level 7 cooldown reduction. IT Cowboy opting for Calamity at level 7. Limebus finds E-Bagatron face checking. PJ Red hooked in. Ruben Ripper connects the root. PJ Red will be okay thanks to their Cryo Freeze. We've got Hanzo on the top side once again burning through while the rest of Cream Team tries to stall Cats on My Keyboard in their objective. Of course, IT Cowboy has some of the best poke for this objective in the game. It is tricky for Cream Team to eat those Li Ming orbs. In the end, it's going to turn into a race the halftime narrowly won by Cream Team. So Cats on My Keyboard will step up, try and stall their progress here. The Immortal Stun. Oh no, K-Shizzle! IT Cowboy looking for the resets. They do not come through. A very close call there. K-Shizzle sub 500 HP. Unfortunately, IT Cowboy didn't get that all-important first takedown. Had Cats on My Keyboard gotten that Hanzo kill, I think it would have really snowballed there. They would have secured their heroics even sooner. Nonetheless, all that damage means they secure the second objective as well. Speaking of heroics, we've got Disintegrate, Tustingo, Crystal Aegis, Avalanche, and Bunker Drop. Cream Team narrowly, fraction of the level away from their heroics, and now we have them. We've got Light Bomb, Gorge, Horrify, Earthquake, and Dragon's Arrow. Cream Cowboy eating the full combo from IT Cowboy. It's the Wild West out here. Oh, Hook narrowly misses Apple there. eBagatron would love to have someone from Cats on My Keyboard step up carelessly so that they can secure the Gorge. And it looks like Cats on My Keyboard are getting both siege camps with Lime working on the bot side and on the top side. There's the Avalanche. Dragon's Arrow catches 3. We still have Horrify available. There's the Horrify, catches all of them. Apple in a lot of threat here. K-Shizzle will fall. There's the Crystal Aegis. eBagatron is next. So we're trading in favor of Cats on My Keyboard. They secure... Okay, we have to pop the Tustingo. Do we get the heal off? No, we do not. The damage over time from the corruption ends up cleaning that up. Echoed Corruption has already been completed. So there is a lot of damage over time that Gul'dan can connect with. Three takedowns to 4. Cats on My Keyboard still in the lead on the experience front, thanks to their minion experience and structure experience advantages, primarily. And that's given them the early level 13 Ensnare for Ghost. So a little bit of setup CC for themselves. And Cream Team plays it very passively while they look for level 13s. We've got Mama's Meat soaking in top lane, and they just cannot catch a break with these immortal spawns. Cats on My Keyboard in an advantageous position. Reuben Ripper drops the Earthquake, all the heroics flying. The Dragon's Arrow over the top, and that's the first takedown. Line Bus will fall without much use of the bunker. IT Cowboy in full retreat here. K-Shizzle over the wall with a natural agility. eBagatron trying to connect onto PJ Red. They still have Cryo Freeze available. K-Shizzle cannot find the Mei. So takedown onto the healer and the offlaner, but both damage still around for Cats on My Keyboard. IT Cowboy connecting. They blink over the wall, but don't... Okay, they get out of there. I guess thanks to their level 1, but surely they took damage. I don't know. Blinking in and out felt ballsy. PJ Red eats the stun! They didn't have enough HP. eBagatron is able to scoot out with about 200 HP. K-Shizzle is making it through the immortal HP bit by bit. eBagatron roots Ghost. There's the Crystal Aegis, followed up by the Tustingo. But in the end, it's the immortal stuns that end up making all the difference. Bagatron tries their best to get Blaze out of there. A lot of damage onto IT Cowboy. And it's the red immortal that makes the difference. Every single objective going in favor of Cats on My Keyboard, but those takedowns definitely turning the experience deficit around in the other direction. Cream Team now narrowly in the lead for experience. Topside fort falls nonetheless. The minion wave getting the better of the structures. So both top and bot forts fall. Cats on My Keyboard will now gain passive experience. Oh, there's the stun, followed up by the root. Crystal Aegis is going to be enough. The blink from IT Cowboy with the Illusionist at level 13. That extra distance making all the difference. Bagatron looking for another hook. They've got the extra range thanks to the level 13 Talent Quest bake-in. However you want to refer to that. I still call it fishing hook. I don't know that Cream Team are aware that this is going to be a 5v4 if they take the fight. They're just posturing around, trying to get an opportunity for another Gorge. But with both forts falling, Bagatron in a lot of trouble. Creamy Cowboy has the save, but Lime on the other side, just in position for the body block. Bagatron will fall. PJ Red and IT Cowboy chase down Creepy Cowboy. Ghost wants to keep chasing. They don't have the ensnare, I don't believe. Will the 2 takedowns be enough for Cats on My Keyboard to get through the bot keep? Ghost shelling away at 39 stacks on You Want Axe. Have they stayed too long? Their HP is very low here. Ruben Ripper connects the root. Do they have the Wind Rush? It looks like they do not. IT Cowboy putting a lot of damage onto K Shizzle. Oh my god. Oh! One more heal from Apple prevents the worst of the damage over time. Echoed Corruption and Ruinous Affliction both online. So, eating 3 of those Corruption stacks, that's a lot of damage. That is a lot of damage. This also really increases the amount of immortal burn that Mama's Meat brings to the table. So Cats on My Keyboard aren't going to have the easiest time. Ruben Ripper has to escape with the Wind Fury. And so it is a free halftime grab and, importantly, a pickup on the level 1 Symbol Geometry. There's the root onto Bagatron. Ruben Ripper taking a lot of damage. IT Cowboy eats the full corruption from Mama's Meat. And now the poke from... Oh, Mama's Meat getting a little aggressive there. They had the support from Creamy Cowboy. Bagatron was also in range for the helping hand, but... IT Cowboy very low. Lime connects with 1. Ruben Ripper eats the full combo from IT Cowboy, but K Shizzle is on the case. We're in deep. Stuns land. PJ Red looking for more. Do they have the avalanche? It catches 3. IT Cowboy, do they have spells? They do. There's the resets. And the heal comes through as well. That's, of course, thanks to the level 4 dominance. Not the most common to see in this day and age, but IT Cowboy showing off exactly how potent that talent can be. They fell very low. It makes sense when you're in close with Calamity, but those resets come in and you get a massive heal along with your cooldown resets. Also worth noting, the slow posturing game favored Cats on my keyboard because of their lane dominance. With both both top and bot fort missing, passive catapult pressure has been pushing towards Cream Team. They were able to whittle away most of this Immortal's HP during the race portion, but it looks like a lot of the damage is focused onto the heroes rather than this Immortal. It goes into melee now, but it looks like it's going to get through this keep no problem. And so all structures for Cream Team have fallen. Huge 3 heroes. Jet propulsion. There's the reset for IT Cowboy. A root lands onto Ruben Ripper, and E-Bagatron decides to gorge the problem. IT Cowboy blinks away, and they're going to end up surviving. All the while, the Immortal has made it onto the core. K-Shizzle is trying their best to eat through this objective, but it is still healthy and swinging. Last 20% of the core now. IT Cowboy and friends will finish it off. And so Cats on my keyboard end up taking game 1. GG and well played to the red team. Oh, that was such an awkward transition. Apologies, friends. So there you have it. Game 1, Cats on my keyboard, showing the prowess of a veteran team. There were definitely some strong moments from Cream Team, but Cats on my keyboard definitely kind of setting the pace for game number 1. We can take a look at our post-game stats here. Mama's Meat, 53,000 damage. A little off the mark from IT Cowboys, 62k. And the takedowns were pretty much neck and neck. Unfortunately, the structure deficit that Cream Team was up against meant that Cats on my keyboard were taking better advantage of their wins, also doing a good job finding opportunities to soak side lanes. So Cats on my keyboard definitely looked very comfortable on Battlefield of Eternity and secured every objective, which, of course, makes it easy to win the game, especially on this battleground. The Immortal is one of the most potent objectives in the game, one that can't really be ignored, like the first 2 tributes on Cursed Hollow or the first Punisher on Infernal Shrines. The Immortals hit structures very hard all game long, so it is really tough if you fall behind early. All right, where are we headed for game number 2? Head over to our battleground selection and see. It looks like we're off to Infernal Shrines for game number 2. I'm sure Lime Bus was thrilled at that choice. I know it's one of his favorite battlegrounds, both to play and commentate. This is an inside joke for those who do not know. Lime, one of the more prolific broadcasters for NGS, has broadcast more Infernal Shrines games than one could shake a stick at, and is tired of doing it. And so it's just a fun joke to say, haha, we're going to Infernal Shrines and Lime enjoys it. It's all in good fun, of course. Alrighty. Looks like we are set up for game number 2 on Infernal. I'm just now realizing that I still have my 30-second delay active, even though we're doing a replay broadcast. So I wouldn't necessarily have needed to. It makes it harder to chat with y'all. But I appreciate y'all, you're bearing with me. And with that, let's get into game number 2 here in our series. We'll see if Cream Team can make a comeback and bring us to a Game 3. Here they are on the left in blue. We've got Creamy Cowboy on Deckard, E-Bagatron on ETC, Mama's Meat on Chromie, Ruben Ripper on Hogger, and K Shizzle playing Junkrat. To the right in red, Caps on my keyboard. The Lime Bus once again on Blaze, Ghost playing Mephisto, Apple on Alexstrasza, IT Cowboy on Tychus, and PJ Red playing Stitches. So a little bit of a globe comp for Cats on my keyboard. There is a potent hero synergy between Alexstrasza and Mephisto. Of course, on the other side, Cream Team have stacked up a fair number of potent heroes for the objective as well, between K Shizzle and Ruben Ripper. E-Bagatron gets the stun onto Lime, but with Pyromania active, they'll be able to waddle to safety. E-Bagatron slides in once again, and a lot of damage from Cream Team, but Cats on my keyboard are able to escape nonetheless. Slide onto Ghost does not quite connect. And I like how E-Bagatron is playing these early lanes, doing the best he can to prevent the Cats from securing the globes that they need to get their comp online. They immediately beeline it for the bottom camp. Both offlaners in mid, so we could see the rotation come in. E-Bagatron steps up, but with IT Cowboy laying into them with minigun, Cats on my keyboard secure an easy neutral siege camp. That emphasis on the neutral siege camp means that Cats on my keyboard are going to have a slight experience advantage here, thanks to that second mercenary camp. A minor edge towards level 4, but it's all about building those small advantages. Time over time, if you eke out a little bit more experience on every rotation, you hit 10 first, and that can be hugely impactful. Level 4, a little bit of a surprise. We see E-Bagatron opting for Crowd Surfer. So both cooldown reduction on a miss and terrain covering with Power Slide. Hard to get much value out of that talent around the objective, however, as it is nearly impossible not to hit a minion when you're sliding. I mean, being able to slide over terrain is still always good, but the cooldown reduction, if you're trying to escape, isn't necessarily there. And Cream Team, a little bit faster on the rotation, will give them an early 10 skull lead. Make that 17 in their favor. Alexstrasza could look for the transformation here. IT Cowboy trying to run down E-Bagatron. E-Bagatron in a lot of trouble. They're going to have to back up, pick up some floor juice. E-Bagatron interrupts the jet propulsion from Lime, but Junkrat falls nonetheless. It's first blood in favor of Cats on my keyboard. Unfortunately, Ruben Ripper unable to set up that infinite spin. Nonetheless, Cats on my keyboard will have to defend the first Punisher. IT Cowboy eating so much damage from Chromie. It's a frozen Punisher, so it'll get a fair amount of pushing done all on its own. We've got level 7s on both sides. What are we looking for? So, bottom fort front wall still partially intact, in fact, for Cream Team. I love the level 7 pickup from Creepy Cowboy, opting for Emerald. That is going to be a hugely helpful talent into the more telegraphed healing from Alexstrasza. Oh, a little bit of anti-synergy between Eve Agatron and K-Shizzle. Oh, and there's the hook! PJ Red finding one. Mama's Meat trading back. They've got level 8s now, which is important for Chromie's heroic talent tier, opting for temporal loop. I never remember, because I always just call it loop, so I was going to say time loop. Either way, temporal makes a lot of sense here at level 10. Cats on my keyboard don't have the most reliable cleanse. The only one that they've got available to them is, well, hold on now. They just hop in bunker. All right, I don't love the temporal pick anymore now that I've actually thought about both teams and all of their heroics. Speaking of heroics, Cats on my keyboard will secure theirs first. We've got Bunker Drop, Durance of Hate, Lifebinder, Gorge, and it looks like K-Shizzle is our first Gorge victim. And last but not least, Commandeer Odin. A little surprising given the level 4 and level 7 talents that we see out of IT Cowboy, emphasizing the use of minigun, that we would see them pick the talent that keeps them from using minigun. Great sleep, but Chromie still ends up losing their life. It stalls Cats on my keyboard from getting too much done on this mid-fort siege. PJ Red finding E-Bagatron with the hook. Ghost blinking in, but their shade is in a safe position. With heroics on Cream Team, what do we have? We already saw the Stay a While and Listen. We've also got Riptire, Shockwave, and Mosh Pit. I know the name of the infamous ETC heroic when my brain is working. Deckard will have their heroic back up for this fight. A whiff on the Durance. That's a big cooldown to miss. Apple still has Dragon Queen available. And that could be the difference maker here. E-Bagatron caught by the Gorge. Oh, and that's why you use the Crowd Surfer. Limebus drops the bunker. They know that they're isolated in a tough spot. There's the temporal loop. Lands onto the Mephisto. Lifebinder is good. E-Bagatron will fall on the top side of the objective. IT Cowboy continuing to chase with the Commandeer Odin. That extended range definitely helping them out. And Cats on my keyboard are going to secure another objective here. Ghost throwing free and clear with these Durances. And of course, the synergy that we were talking about is between Alexstrasza and Mephisto comes thanks to the level 4 talent Spite. Regeneration Globe healing is increased, and more importantly, every tick of healing activates Mephisto's cooldown reducing trait. And with level 1 Circle of Life complete, Alexstrasza summons globes. Mama's Meat caught. We get the Mosh onto 2, but there's no damage to follow up. E-Bagatron might be caught on the wrong side of the wall. IT Cowboy chases them down. and gets the takedown onto Deckard Cain as well. The slow from Spray and Pray making the difference there. Cats on My Keyboard might secure their first keep before the 10-minute mark in this game. Off to a red-hot start, especially with Commandeer Odin coming back off cooldown. They've got a catapult showing up. That is a big grab out of the second objective of the game. E-Bagatron doesn't have Mosh back up. Nor do they have... Oh, Ruben Ripper spins in. There's the stun onto Ghost, followed up by the loop. Oh, they catch 3 with the Durance. Hook onto E-Bagatron. Mama's Meat falling low, as is K-Shizzle. On the backside, E-Bagatron and PJ Red having a honorable tank 1v1. But PJ Red won't be distracted. All the while, that 5-hero commitment on defense means that Lime has just been running the rest of the map. Did we opt for Hysteria? We opted for Hysteria at level 13, which kind of, that cooldown reduction on the heroic that the level 13 talent brings explains why Ghost has been so liberal with their application of Durance. Level 16's online for Cats on My Keyboard. Juggernaut Plating for Blaze. It's a big ol' spell shield, which gives you a big old normal shield. Very useful. We've also got Static Field for Mephisto, ramping up their damage even higher. More W talents, this time overprotective. So a shield equal to 70% of the amount healed. Ruben Ripper getting chased down here. They do have one last... Oh, there's the stay a while. Apple still in a lot of threat. An interrupt on the Mosh. K-Shizzle running in, trying to get the Total Mayhem proc. Ends up trading 1 for 1. E-Bagatron in retreat. Does PJ Red have another hook? Mama's Meat narrowly dodging and trades places with here and there. There's the Durance of Hate. Mama's Meat survives no longer. Ruben Ripper off on a wild goose chase, and that'll be another 2 takedowns for the Cats. They don't like it when you hurt their healer. And so they rain down with great vengeance and furious anger. Next objective has been announced for bot lane. It's going to be a Mortar Punisher this time around. PJ Red gets the hook onto Creamy Cowboy. They don't have enough room to squeak by the body block. Oh, another takedown. This time on the healer right before the objective spawns. That's going to buy Cats on My Keyboard enough room to get through the rest of mid fort. Bottom fort will fall to the Punisher after it spawns. Cats on My Keyboard have all the answers. PJ Red almost finds another hook on that tricky angle. We've got talent tier parity. E-Bagatron looks for the slide, does not connect. Spread volley from K-Shizzle, trying to push. Oh, there's the hook onto PJ, from PJ, onto Ruben. Apple caught in a tough spot here. There's the sleep. Ruben Ripper trying to connect, but IT Cowboy is chasing them down with the Durance. A big root lands onto 2. E-Bagatron has Mosh in the next 15 seconds, but now we've got Limebus joining the party. Junkrat falls. E-Bagatron in a lot of trouble here. IT Cowboy gets the last couple of auto attacks there. Ruben Ripper caught in the time trap, and that's another takedown in favor of Cats on My Keyboard. Mortar Punisher has been working on bot fort this whole time, by the way. Lime, last pixel of jet propulsion. IT Cowboy running the unsafe way. They can do it, given how much room there is between bot and mid lane. The slow onto Mama's Meat. John Cena wants to get involved, but IT Cowboy is the one with the last hit. That'll secure the Storm Talent tier and potentially the game for Cats on My Keyboard. Cream Team stuck looking for answers here after a clean 2-0 in favor of the veteran squad of Cats on My Keyboard. GG and well played to the red team once again. A strong showing from Cats on My Keyboard. They were dominant start to finish, secured every objective on both maps, and so they clean it up 2-0 without too much trouble. Still, some moments of brilliance from Cream Team. Gotta give them a hearty commendation. Going up against a veteran squad like the Cats can be daunting. So some of the Gul'dan plays from Game 1, certainly some of the Deckard plays in Game 2 stood out in my mind. Let's head over and check out our post-game stats, shall we? K-Shizzle, top of their team, but Ghost a little bit further ahead, thanks to all of that AoE Mephisto damage. The big difference, of course, the 4-level lead that Cats on My Keyboard were able to secure, thanks largely to the experience deficit generated by Lime on Blaze. What did we have? Yeah, it was primarily minion experience and mercenary experience where the lead was secured. Which, once again, thanks all for the Blaze play from the Lime Bus. And that'll do it for this series. A clean 2-0 in favor of the Cats. And it looks like they've had a pretty good showing thus far in the season. Taking a look at the standings. Do I have them pulled up? I do not. But I can have them pulled up. Cats on My Keyboard currently in second place, just behind Cosmos. So they're having a good season thus far. I believe this means that it's a double round robin division, and so Cats on My Keyboard and Cream Team will have another opportunity to face off in the final week of play. And so Cream Team definitely can take something from this series and apply it moving forward. I'm gonna do another series. I can do it. I'm gonna do another series. This has been fun, and I'm so far behind. We need to clean out all these replay broadcasts. So let's keep going after this series. I'll do a quick sign off once again, getting the credits in there, but stick around, and we will be back shortly. Huge shout out to both of the squads for an awesome series. Big thank you to all the volunteer staff from NGS for putting in all of the time and effort it takes to make this league possible. And last but not least, a big shout out to all of the artists, programmers, and musicians whose work I feature on the stream. It wouldn't look or sound anywhere near as good without their contributions. You can find links to all of their work below or coming up in a credit roll after I stop yapping. Please do go check out their work. It's all Creative Commons or open source material, so if you've heard or seen anything that you liked, it could be in your next project as well. Until next time, which is in 15 or so minutes, good luck and have fun out there. Peace and love.